Hello you beautiful people and welcome back to Joeboy Racing. In today's video I'm going to be bringing you my bets for the upcoming weekend. We got a cracking weekend's racing from Haydock, Ascot, Newmarket and the Curragh, so let's get stuck into it. Starting with Haydock, we got a cracking listed race over 1 mile and I've sided here with Suite Francaise. You can get 16 to 2 about at time of recording, with 3 places available. It's a shame there's not a few more in here. It would have been nice to have some extra places, but there we go. Now this filly's only had 3 career starts. I thought she won well enough in her first time stepping up to listed company. I think the filly she's bumped into, Blue Bolt, is going to be a top class filly. She did come third. Curragh finished in front of her, but I think she's going to have learnt a lot from that run. She does have course and distance form as well at Haydock, which I think is a big plus. And if she can take a step forward and improve again, I think she's going to be right in the frame. Now, I've mentioned that form behind Curragh. Second favourite in the market, Never Let Go, who's currently available at 9 to 2, did beat Curragh by a length last time out at Royal Ascot. So in terms of form, that might be the one you want to side with, and I think at 9 to 2, that's a fair price. I may throw a win dart at both of them, but I just felt that the one to improve a little bit more is going to be Suite Francaise. Like I say, they were the two that I picked out in the race, so if you were thinking about Never Let Go as being a selection, I couldn't put you off of it. I've sided with Suite Francaise. I may throw a win dart at Never Let Go as well, just as a sort of cover bet. You do have a nice filly at the head of the market, Curragh. You can get her about 3 to 1. However, she's not raced for 140 days or so. She is the right favourite because she's done it in a lot higher class company previously. However, I can see this being a sort of a prep run for bigger races coming later in the season. Now, there is a little bit of rain forecast about. Suite Francaise only ever raced on good to firm ground before, so if it goes good to soft or even soft, then that might be enough to put you off a little bit, but it's a complete unknown. She might love the ground, so that's something to bear in mind. Obviously, I'm recording this a couple of days before, so keep an eye on the forecast. Another reason I've sided with Suite Francaise is the fact that Ed Walker has only had one winner in about 29 runners in the last 2 weeks, so that's just something to bear in mind. Obviously, you can look at that both ways: is that trend may continue, or Ed Walker's due to win one. So I think they're two cracking fillies. It's hard to split them. I'm going to be having a bigger bet on Suite Francaise, but I might throw a little win dart, little cover bet at Never Let Go as well. Moving on now to Newmarket in the 340s, a Group 3 2-year-old race over 7 furlongs. And I've decided to give Midnight Tango another go here. Now, if you've watched the channel before, you know that I've tipped up Midnight Tango before. Last time out at Ascot, over 6 furlongs. She was disappointing. I thought she'd managed to get all the keenness out of her system after a time before Ascot at Newmarket, where she settled really nicely at the back of the field and showed a great turn of foot to not finish far off Argentine Tango, who's then run 2 good races behind Venetian Lace and Lady Imam at Goodwood as well. So I don't think that's a bad bit of form. There's a really positive jockey booking as well with Oisin Murphy. Now, if anyone's going to be able to get this filly to settle, it's Oisin. And I think the fact it's over a longer trip, the 7 furlongs, it will have that little bit extra time to get her settled as well. And then she'll be able to bring that turn of foot into the equation and hopefully power through the line. You can currently get her at 11 to 2, which I think is a decent win-only price. There are dangers in here, don't get me wrong, but I really liked the filly when I saw her at Newmarket, so I'm giving her another chance. I think the fact as well that she has run at Newmarket before will be a big benefit. I do want to mention as well the outsider of the field, True Test, has run twice over 7 furlongs, posted some nice time figures. I think if she had slightly sexier connections, then she wouldn't be 12 to 1. I don't think she'd be the outsider of the field. And if you're not feeling Midnight Tango because you were burnt when I put her up last time, then I couldn't put you off having a bet on True Test as well at 12 to 1. There is only 2 places available though, which is a bit of a bummer because you could always have backed her each way as well as a little cover bet. But with 2 places, I don't think that's the play. But obviously, I just put the information out there. You can do with it what you please. I like Midnight Tango for this. If she settles, I think she's going to go really close. Now moving on to Ascot in the last race of the day, the 4:30, which is a 1 mile Class 2 handicap. I've put up as my selection here, Arisaig. Now, I mentioned this one before. I had a small each way saver on it when it ran really well ahead of Greek Order last time out. I then said that I fancied it at Goodwood, but it didn't run because of the ground. The weather forecast is looking good at Ascot, so I think she's going to get that good to firm ground that she's after. I think she's still off a nice mark, and at the price 9-1, I'm going to back her each way. Again, only 3 places, not a massive field, but hopefully still off a nice mark. I think she's going to go close. I am a big fan of Urban Lion. I have mentioned that one before on the channel in that same Arisaig race before he's withdrawn. However, at 7-2, I think the price is just a little bit too skinny in a competitive handicap like this to put it up as a win-only bet. So for me, I'd rather side with Arisaig each way at 9-1. I think Misinformation obviously ran a cracker last time out at Royal Ascot as well. However, I saw her at Newmarket and at July Festival and was really disappointed. So maybe it is just horses for courses and she loves Ascot and she's going to bolt up again. But for me, the play is Arisaig each way at 9-1. I do want to mention, guys, that Madawi is running at Royal Ascot in the race before the Arisaig race. Now, I'm not putting her up as a selection. I'm not going to have a bet just because of how disappointing she was the second time she ran at Goodwood. Obviously, I said that time I think that they might have been trying to keep the handicap a little bit lower. Obviously, we'll find out, knowing my luck, that I won't back her, that she'll go and win, and they were trying to keep the handicap a little bit lower. But I thought I'd mention it, guys, just in case you wanted to have a look at that race and have a bet on Madawi yourself. So that concludes all of my fancies on the Saturday in England, guys. I know it's only 3 selections, but I'm not just going to put up horses that I've not bet on myself. I do have a couple of fancies at the Curragh on the Saturday as well. However, prices haven't come out for those horses yet. So I don't want to say, oh yeah, I'm going to be having a bet on this, and then it comes out and the prices don't work out that I'm going to be having a bet on it. So if it's only one fancy, I may do a short video like I did with the French race. If there's a couple of fancies, I might do another video and maybe have a look if there's any on Sunday as well. But for the time being, those are the 3 bets that I'm having. So as always, guys, get stuck into the comments. Let me know what your fancies are for the weekend. Let me know if you'll be backing any of my selections. If there's anything that I've missed that you think is a dead cert or a good thing, then pop it down below so I can have a look at it. If you like the video, give me a like. If you're new here, give me a subscribe. I'm going to be bringing you these previews every weekend and in the week if there's big racing in the week as well. And as always, happy punting.